Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing in this town in Ostriv. The game is called Ostriv, not the town. The town still hasn't got a name, but we are playing this game and I love it due to its good animations and graphics and the way it's played and the way it's set up with these small tasks that has to be done for other tasks to be able to be done. And yeah, it's just a nice break from City Skylines. Over on my other playlist I have a series of City Skylines going in a city of Springville, and I will get back to that very soon. But right now I'm into Ostriv, and I'm trying to make at least one episode a day right now, but I don't think I can keep up with making both Springville, City Skylines, and Ostriv at the same pace as I'm doing right now. But we will have to see. Maybe my skills in editing the videos will go up because I'm spending a lot of time editing it. So we will see. But at least one episode a day is my goal as I'm starting up this channel. And as you can see, I finally figured out how to buy the foods from the people in the city, and that makes me able to provide more food for the people in the city. And that was one of the things that were missing, or the only thing that was missing for us to be able to have people moving in from outside the town and make our population larger. And we actually have one family moving into the free house that was not abandoned because the family didn't move in, but the house that we built in the beginning to have the 9 houses. We now have a new family in town, and that means we have more people that are able to work, and that will also add to our economy. Hopefully, they will have enough to sustain themselves. If not, we will maybe have to give them some financial aid in the beginning. That depends on how the family is put together and how where they find workplaces and stuff like that. But this is a good start to this episode because this means that we can get more people to live in our city, and with more people we are able to do more farming, and we can also get maybe into the fishing, and maybe we can do some more fun to see the city grow even more. But what I noticed about the new family moving in is that there are two old people in that family. I think they were like 98 years old or something, maybe less. But that made me think that I have to put down some graveyard. So I just make a fence and then I plop down the burial plots in that one, and I will eventually also add a church or a chapel to this area just to make it seem like somewhere people might be buried. So the new family might not be the most efficient family, but at least they are a new family, and hopefully they will be happy in our town. But my experience with the game, and it's a long time since I've been playing this, is that the new families settling in town have a harder time getting by because they can't seem to keep up financially, and they spend a lot of time getting resources into their houses. But that might have changed, and it was just the fix before was just to give them some financial aid in the beginning so that they are up on their feet, because when I put down the town hall, I will be able to go in and adjust the taxes. And I tend to set them quite high because financially this game is kind of hard with the economics and trying to earn money besides doing the trade. And I'm not into the trading quite yet. I will be quite soon, I think, because it's an important part of the game to be able to trade off some of what we are making to the other cities, and also trade in to our city some of the resources that we are missing. Starting to get a bit worried about the carts here because they are wearing out, and it doesn't seem like the carpenter is doing anything to fix them. But I added one more to be built so that maybe they will build it. But I guess that the reason the carpenter isn't building a new cart or fixing the other carts is because he is probably missing the metal parts, which I were late on starting the production of because I think they take too much iron and time to make. And that is also something that has stuck with me from the early phases of this game, because then metal parts weren't really a big thing, I think, but now it's a big thing in the entire game, I guess. So that's my bad. I hope my carts will survive this. But the farm is up and running. We will have potatoes when fall comes and also during the winter. And I have started building another house just to get one more family into the city, because there is a lot of jobs that needs to be filled with more workers for the city to be efficient. And like the smithy makes the metal parts, and the carpenter needs the metal parts to be able to repair the carts. And the smithy needs the charcoal to make the metal parts, and the charcoal has to be burned and then it has to be transported into the smithy. So there's actually a chain of things that needs to happen before the metal parts are placed in the hands of the carpenter, and that requires a lot of people working and a lot of people not working to be able to transport things from and to places. And also, like the charcoal, somebody has to make the or provide the charcoal place with the wood so that it can burn to charcoal and then transport it to the smithy. So yeah, we need more people. That's the short story. And placing down the town hall to be built, I stopped the production of nails in the smithy just so that the smithy can make more metal parts, but the town hall will need a lot of nails to be built, so I'm kind of getting out of the box on a crooked turn, but I guess I do have the time and the means to be able to fix this. And also looking at the new family, just keeping an eye on them and seeing that they are content and doing good in the town, although they are one child, two grown-ups, and two elderly. I guess maybe the elderly people can look after the child, because I do feel like the woman needs, or when there's a child in the house, the women tend to be more at home to take care of them and spend a lot of more time uh, getting foods into the houses. But the market stall is filling up with stuff to eat and buy. So we figured out that one, and as I place down the town hall, it is just to increase the taxes. And now that the town hall is built up, I will probably soon go in and raise taxes, land tax, and the prices of the food that is bought from the market stalls, just so we can make money, because we're spending quite a lot of money each day, I would say, on different stuff like the salary for the people working, and I need some of the money I'm spending on salaries. I need them back into the town to be able to to buy stuff when we get into trading. But I don't know if it's the smartest move to just raise the taxes, because you also have the option to lower the salary. But I don't like lowering the salary because I feel like that affects more of the economy. Because if I pay them for the work they are doing, they will spend more money at my market stalls, and that is money that I will get into my city again. And I feel like that will be the smartest move, and also it won't affect their happiness or their ability to survive in this city if I do it that way. Although things will get more expensive, they won't have less money than they had before. They just have the same amount of money to spend on stuff that is more expensive, I guess. I don't know if there's a logic behind that, and if there is a logic, if that logic is a good one. I really don't know. If you have any comments to my economy skills in this game, please let me know, because I'm dying to figure out how to survive in this game without having the trade as the main income. And also, winter is here again. We did actually get a lot of potatoes from our farm, and that is good. That will provide us with enough food to get through the winter, although potato in itself isn't enough to be healthy. I guess it's fine for now. I also added some fields to the farm just to be able to do more farming, and also, as I mentioned, the farmings or the soil on the farms will get exhausted, so you will need to have other crops than just the potato growing on them, and you also need to make the fields fallow for a season just to get the energy back into the soil to be able to grow more next year. So, and although it seems kind of wasteful to be growing wheat and sunflower oil and the stuff like that right now, because of me not having the other production buildings like the flour mill and the sunflower oil factory in place yet, I guess I will have to dive into those also just to have more food alternatives for the population as we go along. But I spoke about the protein resources like fish or meat. And I placed down, although it's winter, I placed down the fishing dock and the boat making house in the winter so that it can be built up during winter. Because when it's up and running, the fishing dock won't be able to work during winter. They don't do ice fishing, I guess, and it will take some time before the boats are ready to do some fishing. So I guess maybe in the summer we will have some fish, but I also guess that it might take a few months more because of the number of people working in the city or living in the city being able to work, because it takes quite some while to make the boats. And also placing down more of the benches and the bushes and the trees just to make it more of a blossomy community. Well, I like the benches because it's nice just zooming in sometimes to watch the people sitting on a bench and maybe with a tree or in the shade of a tree, and just having them enjoy life in the breaks they get from all of the work chores that they are set to do also in the city. So during winter, I tend to spend some time trying to decorate it, and that's what I'm doing here now. And yeah, I think it's turning out to look quite nice in the city right now. I also in real life, I during winter when January comes, I tend to go to the flower store or the gardening store and buy seeds and just try to plant something that in the springtime, summertime, and fall time will give me something to say I grew by myself. So yeah, it's maybe the same thing I'm doing in the game. I don't know. But later on in the game, I tend to also forget to place down the benches and the bushes and the trees, and then it's nice that some of the parts of the city is actually nicely decorated, and that reminds me later on in the game to also remember to beautify the city as I'm playing along and things get busier and I have more big plans for the city at those times of the game. But it takes quite a while to beautify the city this way, and yeah, although it ends up beautiful and it is a way to spend the winter during this game, I also think that maybe I could have spent my time better here, but the workers are busy with at their workplaces and the builders are also busy with building the boat and the fishing stuff. So I guess it's good that we do this now, but I don't know. And at least it does make sure that the people are not going all the way around the map and staying to the paths that is already made. But we're almost heading into springtime now, and I think that when we see springtime, I will start doing some more work around the city with placing down maybe some other buildings that can produce some goods, and maybe I will jump into placing down the trader place, but it feels also kind of dumb doing that already because I won't have enough workers working in that place to provide it with the goods to trade for others. So I guess I will just have to see as I go along which building is the next one I will put down. But it is a good idea to put down some more houses, so I put down two more. And I don't want the population to grow too fast because if it does grow too fast, we will end up in a situation where we can't feed the population. And that is kind of not a good idea either. So going slow and but still remembering to make the houses for new people to move into the town at a regular or just remembering to place down houses once in a while so that there is people coming into the city because the population of the city will also become older and the people that were young ones or children ones, they will grow up and find boyfriends and girlfriends and get married and want to start their own family without living with their parents. And the fishing docks are finished, so now we can start making the boats. Or we need the boat building place to be finished, but that one is also finished. So I will just set up that there will be made three boats to this fishing dock. And also remember to put somebody in the fish or boat building place so that they can build the boats, and hopefully we'll have some fish by the end of this summer or before winter arrives again. But I have to say it again. The graphics and just watching this game, it's kind of soothing and calming for the brain to just watch how people go on with their lives in this little city. Sometimes I wish I could live in this time of the world where there were no stress, or there was stress, but a different kind of stress. You were more connected to nature, I think, back then. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't live then, so how would I know? I guess they didn't have a really not stressful life back then either. But enough of the daydreaming and back to the game. I was thinking that in this area I would set up another marketplace where people can come and pick up food and stuff for their houses. Uh, for two reasons, or the reason is the same, but in this area it will be a short distance to where you can collect the fish, and it will also be a shorter distance for the people living in those houses up this road to go to this marketplace and collect their food from that one. So transportation time is something I try to pay a lot of attention to in this game when playing. And we're in April, so you can see that the fields, there has been the sowing has been done, and we are producing more food for the people to last us through the winter, and that is also something I'm quite worried about, because I have played some. In the beginning, when I played this game, I never thought about the aspect of people having to go through summer before the harvest of the stuff being produced in the fields before they can get a big stock of food again. And as the forest beside the first forestry I put down is almost coming to an end, or it's almost empty, and I want to use that area as maybe a farming area, an area where we have the flour mill, and also a lot of housing and more. I placed down another forestry, which I won't employ that one until the other area of forest is cleared out. But I will delete the other forestry when I employ people in this one, and that one will also be the forestry that is also planting down new trees, because in the beginning, I just wanted to clear off that area where the first forestry was put down to make room for more buildings without me putting down buildings where there were already trees. Because you can do that also and have the forest workers cut down those trees, but it kind of slows down the process of buildings being built up when they have to wait for the trees to be chopped down before they can start building something. And when placing down the market stalls, I tend to just automatically add to the market stall what is available in the city, but mm, also choosing some of the potatoes and the firewood to be sold at those market stalls, just so that there is a variety around town, but also a place for people to get those goods that there is a lot of in town, for them to have easy access to those without having to walk the entire town to buy some potatoes. And also just looking around town, trying to figure out what my next big move will be, or not big move, but what my next plan would be. And the fields are now, one is fallow, one is sunflower, one is potato, and one is wheat. And as of now, I can't do much with the wheat and the sunflowers, because they would have to be processed into sunflower oil and to the flour for the wheat. And I think that making a sunflower oil factory would be the next good move, because as I'm getting into trading, also I could sell off some of that to the people in other cities, and they will pay quite a lot for the sunflower oil. So get for my economic uh, or my economic to go up, that would be a smart move, I think. So ending this episode here with me placing down the sunflower oil production place. And in the next episode, we will get into some bridge building, I think, because I want to reach the limestone. And maybe we will also take a look at the stone mining at that point, and maybe we will also look at some of the or start up some trading just to see if that is something we can manage. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.